welcome to our Mother's Day special of That's Ridiculous. As you know, Mother's Day is the perfect time to celebrate your amazing mums, your special figures and caregivers in your lives. So we want to do a very special episode to give those people a shout out, but also to celebrate grandmas. And what better to celebrate my grandma than the podcast we do together, That's Ridiculous. It's Grandma Hilda, everybody. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
You feeling good?
Excellent.
But hey, big changes have happened in the That's Ridiculous production.
Well, I'm a star now.
Where are we? Tell everybody where we are.
We're in the kitchen
And
because I've sat in a shed and it was tiny and the poor cameramen have complained they were going to go to the union. So we've ended up in the kitchen.
I mean, I don't think they were going to go to the union, but yes, we are still in my house and we've decided to upgrade Grandma a little bit because it was a bit cold to be sat in the shed in winter, wasn't it?
And I am a star.
You are. So since she's selling shows out, she wanted better lighting.
Exactly.
To make you look 20 several, didn't you?
Yeah.
So do you feel better? Are you happy with your environment here?
Very nice.
Are you comfortable?
Comfortable.
You've got your whiskey there. Do you want a little whiskey?
Not just now.
Well, it's there for when you need it. And you're happy with everything else to do with the podcast, yes?
Yes, very good.
Well, we haven't been around for a while since, was it Christmas the last time we worked together?
Yes.
Have you missed us?
Well, sometimes.
I actually have been away. I haven't seen you much recently, have I?
No.
Because I haven't been to your house, which you told us off for the other day. But I have been away. I've been on holiday and I've been away working and I've been recording some new music.
Good.
Yes. And I've announced a tour. So there's all sorts of stuff. We've announced another show. We're doing another show. Would you like to tell everybody where we're doing it?
Actually, I'm not very good at remembering that because I didn't even know I was going to another show.
Well, we've been invited to do a comedy festival because we are a joke.
Big joke.
Oh,
Well, I don't know.
So,
you tell me we are.
So we are going to be at the Concert Comedy Festival on the 2nd of May with That's Ridiculous Live. But you had a experience with should we say a fan? Was the man a fan of you the other day?
Well, I think so.
And what did he say?
He said, I'm going to see you at the comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, where's that? And he did try to explain. And I said, well, I won't be there then because I don't know anything about it.
She did know about it. We put it in your diary.
Mm-hmm. I forgot where I put my diary. You know, I am 20 several, and you do forget things.
And I've been also in serious trouble the other day because I was going around when people have been asking me, I've been away working recently, and everywhere I went, people were asking how Grandma was. And I was like, she's fantastic. She's doing great for 94.
And I'm only 92 in September.
I think you're 93 in September.
I'm not. I was born in 1934, and I know you're hopeless at maths, so I'm not going to ask you.
Well, she's 92 in September, but she's still doing great for 92 anyways.
Well, it's hard enough when you're 92, never mind adding the years on.
True. But we're loving your outfit. You're rocking that outfit for a 92-year-old.
It's my new leisure suit.
Lovely. And if you're not watching, she's got a black and gold leopard print, sparkly, may I add. Is it sequined? It looks sequined.
Yes.
Leopard print leisure suit. Is this a new one to the collection?
Well, no.
No?
This is one I've had for a while.
Oh, okay. That means she doesn't know where she got it from. Somebody's bought her. That's code word for that, isn't it?
You think you know everything and you don't.
You know that's true. You know that's true. Right. So anyways, while we're on the topic of Mother's Day, I wanted to ask you about how Mother's Day's changed for you over the years. And firstly, I want to know, how did you celebrate Mother's Day when you were young? What's your earliest memory of celebrating that? Can you remember?
For my Mother's Day or the children.
What? No, your Mother's Day for your mum.
Well, you used to much the same as you do now, except you made, a lot of people used to make their own present, or you bought something that you knew would be useful. But now it's mainly flowers, which I think's lovely.
What would have been useful back in the day though?
Well, flowers.
Oh,
And we used to pick them in the back field where we lived.
so you didn't buy them.
Daisies and cowslips.
Did you make presents or cards or anything like that?
Yes, and you colour in.
Uh-huh. And what about when you first when you were first a mum?
Well, we used to, I personally wanted a present, wanted what the children had made themselves. So my husband used to get all the colouring books out, and they used to sit and make you a present with a card.
Nice. So you remember them presents?
Yes, I've got some of them.
And were you a strict parent?
Well, what do you mean by strict?
Well, exactly what I'm asking you. Were you strict with your kids?
Well, what do you think strict?
Well, were you bossy? Did you tell them off much?
I told them off when it wasn't necessary.
So you were firm but fair?
Yes.
Well, I've got a little surprise for you. So I've asked...
You've asked the children. Well, I'd love to hear the answer.
I've asked your 3 children. I text Steve, I text Chris, and obviously I saw my mum, and I asked them to send me some voice notes about whether they thought you were a strict parent or not. So, are you ready for this?
Oh, aye.
Right. Can you hear this? I'm going to play it.
Hi, Hilda. This is Steve, number 1 son. Yeah, you were quite strict when we were younger. Every Sunday, we used to have our Sunday lunch around the Sunday dinner table at exactly the same time, and used to get the bone china dinner set out. And during the course of dinner, you used to get told off for everything you did wrong during the course of that week. If you answered back, you used to get a slap on the back of the hand with one of the knives from your lovely King's silverware box. Afterwards, me, Chris and Eileen used to have to do the washing up. We used to always argue about who's going to wash, who's going to dry, and who's going to put away. And that always led to someone getting smashed on the floor. Me being the youngest, I used to have to get volunteer to go and bury it in the back garden. And one day you decided to do some planting of flowers and you found the China graveyard. Chris and Eileen told you that it was me. You chased us all over the house with a hot rod track trying to hit us with it. Clipped us a couple of times. Didn't hurt, but I used to scream and pretend it did.
What do you think of that?
That is perfectly true.
Is it? Oh, you're not even denying it.
And he didn't say that the china he put in the garden was wedgeway.
What, is that expensive?
Very expensive.
And you found it when you were, planting flowers?
Uh-huh. And when I just said, who's moved that ornament that was on there? Oh, I think Stephen moved it.
Right.
Right in the garden he had.
So we're going to hear from middle child, Eileen, who is my mum. This is her experience.
So it's Eileen, the middle child, and we all know what it's like for the middle child. And I know that Hild will be saying that she isn't or wasn't strict. My memory is that she used to stand over us while I was eating my dinner because I didn't really like vegetables or much food, actually. And then she used to stand over, and then when she went to do something else, I used to stuff the vegetables down my knickers and then go upstairs and throw it all down the toilet.
Yes,
and then I used to come down and she used to say, I know you've been upstairs and put them vegetables in the toilet.
True?
Yes, true.
Is that true?
Yes, she never used to eat.
And Chris, the oldest, my auntie, this was her response.
Hi, this is Chris. I was always the golden child. I never did anything wrong, so Hilda never had to tell me off. Because I'm practically perfect in every way.
What do you think?
I think I need a doctor.
Is that a fair assessment from them?
Well, basic.
Basic.
Eileen's trouble with eating was serious.
Oh, but so you had to be
Mine,
strict.
she eats too much now.
She'll hate you for saying that.
Well,
So it worked then.
I don't think I was strict.
No. Well, you know, I mean, I do remember actually talking about Mother's Day and we were mentioning about gifts. I remember years ago we were camping at Pooley Bridge, and I must have probably only been about 7 or 8, and I'd forgot to get my mum a Mother's Day present. And then when on the morning that we got up, she was obviously trying to teach us that like that's the thing that you do, and she was like pretending she was really upset that I hadn't got her a present, and we had to go to the camp shop on the campsite, and there was like nothing, and I bought her it was like the worst present I could get. It was like a Tutankhamun like potpourri thing for like £1.50, and she's actually still got it. I don't think she's got any of the other Mother's Day gifts I give her, but she's still got that. But that's one of my earliest memories. Do you think the Mother's Day traditions have changed now since, like, as you've gotten older?
Well, not in our family.
No. It's pretty similar.
You
I suppose
still get very little.
have I bought
because-
you anything for Mother's Day?
Well, I'm not your mother.
I know, but you're a motherly figure in my life.
I can't remember, so you must
No,
know.
I think I've just took you out for lunch and stuff, haven't I? Things like that. But I wanted to ask you some questions about like when you first became a mum, because obviously we're on the theme of like, how old were you when you had your first? So you would have had Chris first. How old were you when you had Chris?
24.
That's young.
Not them days it
No,
wasn't.
but it's young now.
I was classed as an older mother
At 24.
at 24.
So how old were people?
Well-
What was classed as a young mum?
Well, all had their children as quick as possible.
Why do you think that was?
Well, a lot of now is careers get in the way. And when we were young, you just got married and that was the only thing you were interested in was having children. Well, I was. But unfortunately, it didn't happen for a long time. So all my friends had children when they were 20,
Yeah.
18.
That blows my mind. I mean, you know, I went to school with some people who had kids young, but they kind of across the board, most people have them like late 20s, early 30s, depending on, I suppose, life circumstances, isn't it? It's like there's no time scale on it, but 24 to me is like young. If I think what I would have been like if I'd had a kid at 24, I don't think I could have a kid now. And I'm
Well,
35.
you're still a kid yourself.
Well, I can't look after myself, never mind a child. So
You're
I
right
don't...
there.
Did any of your family guess you were pregnant before you told them?
No,
No?
I waited to tell them.
And did you know in advance if you were having a boy or a girl?
No, that wasn't even thought of.
Well, this is what I'm going to tell you about. So do you know about like gender reveal parties now?
No,
So that's a thing now. But like people, when they have a baby, will have a huge party leading up when they find out if they want to find out what they're having. And they'll have a big celebration to kind of announce whether it's a boy or a girl. So some mum and dad set off coloured smoke bombs like in outside. Others do exploding cakes. People do this thing where you put the glass in the cake and they get the other child to press it down. And when you pull it out, the colour of the sponge cake, and it's all filmed for like social media and it's like a big event. So I just thought, if that was around at the time when you were younger, would you have done that?
no.
Why?
Well, honestly, you must have nothing to do with your time.
Well, it's exciting though. People want to share I suppose the thing, like, obviously we've discussed quite a lot on here. Social media adds in a kind of another audience of people that follow you from afar but might not be at your party, and it's a way of people announcing that they're having a baby or pregnant or whatever.
I think it's just an excuse to have a party.
And
I didn't want to know what the child was going to
yeah,
be.
you were just like, whatever.
I just was glad I could have one, really.
Yeah. And did you have baby showers back in your time?
You had a christening, just family christening.
No, but
We
that's
used
when the
to
baby's
go
born, though, isn't it?
after the baby's born. That you weren't allowed to go to anyone's house. You had to stay in your house with your baby till you had went to church. So then
wow.
you filled a paper bag with cakes and some coppers, and all the children used to be at the gate as you walked out with the baby, and you give them a bag,
Wow. Didn't know that.
and then you went into church.
So do you think that was kind of your, well, I suppose that is a christening though, but a baby shower is, they have it before the baby's born, and it's like a party where all of like the family, it's normally like the females in the family all get together and they play like games. So they'll get like guess the baby food, and they'll get like clean nappies and put different styles of food spread on the nappy, and you've got to guess what food it is. What do you think?
Well, we must have lots of money.
Well,
And when we were young, you didn't.
so you're just like,
Another
just have the baby.
excuse for a party, which is nothing wrong with that if you can afford it.
Yeah, go big or go home if you can. Right, and also now it's become a thing where I don't think this was will have been a thing when you were around back in the day, but it's become a trend. Certainly with like celebrities and stuff have mentioned in interviews where they'll eat the placenta after the birth,
Oh,
so they'll have it turned into pills. Like, and apparently it's got great nutrients in for hair, skin, teeth, nails, all of that. And I think Hilary Duff drank hers in a smoothie, but Kim Kardashian had it put in pill form. This is according to the internet. So how true it is, allegedly, we should
give
say.
me strength.
What?
Give me strength.
So you wouldn't do that?
No,
No, you just have a whiskey.
I didn't drink then.
Did you get told to eat anything special, like during your pregnancy or after? You know, like what was the things that the doctors would have said back then?
Well, just what the doctor said today, really.
But didn't you tell me they used to tell you to drink a pint of Guinness?
No.
No, I swear you told me that.
You say you've got it all wrong. I didn't even drink then.
I thought, I'm sure it was you who told us that they said it was like drink a pint of Guinness for the iron or something.
Well,
No?
I don't know.
I imagined that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Is that all you imagine?
Probably not. What's the best thing about being a mum?
Well, it's the biggest responsible
Mm-hmm.
time to take on. You suddenly realise when that little baby's lying there that you're responsible.
I suppose your life completely changes.
And yet it does. But it's the best thing you can do.
And would you give anybody any advice now who's about to become a mum or who've got young kids? Your advice from, I'm sure people would love to hear your words of wisdom on motherhood.
Keep them off the internet.
Do you know what? Amen to that one. Especially at the minute. You don't want to be on the internet, do you?
No.
No, it's crazy,
Well,
isn't
I
it?
don't know what's on, but I don't think you should be on it.
Well, you're on it. So that's a
I know,
start.
but I haven't seen it. I don't go on the internet.
No. And what's been your favourite thing about being a grandma that you didn't expect?
Well, I think when you're the grandma, you can have to, don't let them do this and don't let them do that. And you break the rules a bit.
Uh-huh.
But you used to tell.
What, me mum?
Yes, I used to say, now don't tell your mum you've had that extra one. Oh,
Oh, I remember you used to give us a little Baileys, didn't you, in the little cup?
yes.
She used to give us a Baileys on a Saturday night. Was that to send us to sleep?
Taste, no. You went to sleep, no bother. You was sitting having a late dinner, you went to sleep.
My vivid memories of Grandma babysitting us is she had a spare room in the bungalow that she still lives in now. And me and my cousin Rachel would be sleeping in the put with a bed, and then would play. So grandma's passage, like the hall down, goes right past the living room, and it's got a glass door. And we used to climb out the bed and crawl down the corridor and see who could get into the kitchen without grandma spotting her. And I remember it was like literally like terrifying Olympics as to whether she was going to see your shadow crawl past the floor. We'd try and steal stuff out the fridge, and yeah, it would be very late at night.
And if they'd have come and asked, they wouldn't have to steal.
Well, no, but it's just for some reason we thought she would tell her off, so we used to do that quite a lot. Right, we've got some Mother's Day special Help Me Hildas. Are you feeling ready for this?
Not really.
Well, we'll find out. Help me, Hilda. Hilda, this is my first Mother's Day without my mum. Oh, that's sad. And I'm not sure how to cope. I keep thinking about her and all the times we celebrated together, and it makes me feel really sad. I just want to honour her memory, but I also don't want the day to just be full of tears. How can I get through this first Mother's Day without her, but still feel connected to her? That's a tough one, that.
The only thing is I can say, when you lose your mother, in my opinion, it's one of the worst thing that could happen. Especially when they're young. My mother was 52,
My God.
which was young. And my father was only 40, because that was with the war. So it was a terrible time for me. And the only thing you can say to yourself, which I did, is say, well, what you're worrying about, they could be here now, and they wouldn't be wishing anything but good for you.
Yeah.
So you've just got to be glad that you're there and carrying on
In
the
their
way
memory.
in their name, yes.
Yeah.
And making sure that you are a credit to them. That's what I felt.
Well, I don't think anybody could say anything better than that. And I hope we're thinking of you, because I know that that'll be a really tough day for you. So next one. Hilda, my mother-in-law thinks Mother's Day is all about her and expects my husband to spend the whole day with her. But I'm a mum too, and we now have kids. I'd really like the day to be a family celebration with them. So how do I balance making it special for me and the kids without upsetting her?
Invite her to your house and explain to her that she's an addition to the family. You know that.
Do you think that'll go down well, though?
Well, when you marry into a family,
Yeah.
she wants a special family day. Well, what's more special? If she didn't have that lady standing there, she wouldn't have a husband and kids. And that's what you've got to do. And that's the secret of a good life, having two families joining together. If they all joined together with their families, we wouldn't be having this war.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well,
Because you'd be too busy inviting your mother-in-law.
So there you go. There's your answer. Consider yourself told.
Well,
Right. Last one. Hilda, I really need your help. My mother-in-law is a nightmare. She's never warmed to me, and I'm positive she never will. The problem is my husband thinks she's perfect, and he is her little prince, so I can't ever vent to him. So my friends take the brunt of it. The other day, when I was letting off some steam in a message about her, I pressed send and realised I'd sent my rant to her by mistake. I can see she's read the message on WhatsApp, but she said nothing, so I've said nothing, and she's coming to us on Mother's Day for lunch. What should I do? No, that is...
Well,
Ooh.
the thing is, someone up there's give you a nudge. Just do what he would think was right, and I'm sure you'll be all right.
Yeah, but do you think she should mention the message?
I think she should.
That's an awkward conversation. She's basically said she doesn't
Because
like her.
she would know that she's got the message.
She's read it. The mother-in-law's read it.
Well, if the mother-in-law's a bit upset, she might say to her, you know, I was upset. And they could sort it out that way
Yeah.
and try and improve on the friendship.
Have you ever sent a text message to somebody that it wasn't meant
I've
to go to
never
them?
ever sent a text message. I can't send a message.
Have you ever left a voicemail or a voice message to somebody that you didn't mean to and was slagging them off?
I would never say anything on the telephone or anything like that. If I had anything to say, I would say to the person, which you know.
Doesn't mince her words. Takes no prisoners.
No. Well, it's better to have it said as go on like
Get
that.
it out. So she's said it basically to her mother-in-law. So basically, own up to it. Have it out at the dinner table if you need to. Yeah?
Or the dinner table.
Maybe have a
We've had
conversation.
our dinner.
Yeah. Or have a conversation before. Right. Okay. Some varied Help Me Hildas there. Right. Are you ready for best of three?
Oh,
So we're going slightly off topic here, and I want 10 seconds to do 3 types of bird noises. Go.
oh. Bird noise.
3 different birds. Go. Come on.
Away, boy. That's a parrot.
You've run out of time, but I want to hear these. So come on, keep going. What was the first one?
A parrot, a start of a parrot.
All right. Next one.
A
seagull.
A seagull. Tweet, 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 tweet.
What about a cockerel, like a hen?
Oh, I should know that one, shouldn't I?
Oh, God, you should do voiceovers. Right. 10 seconds to name 3 annoying people on television. Go.
I don't know any annoying people.
People that annoy you on the telly.
Nobody does.
Oh, see, she won't slag anyone off, Hilda. Right. 3 things that you love about being a grandma. Go.
I love the fact that I've lived to see them because they're great-grandchildren now. And I wish I had the strength to do more with them.
Right. The great-grandchildren.
The
Yeah,
great-grandchildren.
that's lovely. That's very
Because
nice.
they can't now.
Well, yeah, but they're lucky to still have you and they see you. They come to your house and visit you, don't they?
Yes, but I would like to be able to
Chase them down the street.
Yes. And go to the beach and
Yes.
take them in for a paddle. But you miss all that with great-grandchildren.
Well, if you want, I'm happy to throw you in the sea if you want.
I'll have a heart attack.
Right. Are you ready for word of the week?
What word of the week?
You remember, you see, we haven't done it for a while. Word of the week, where we give you a word and you've got to guess what it is. The slang of today's
yes.
society.
Yes.
Yes? Right, your first one is, if I said this, somebody is the CEO of something, what would I be saying?
CEO.
CEO. So if I said, oh, she's the CEO of music, he's the CEO of glam, they are the CEO of fashion, what would that mean?
They're the best at it.
Yes. Well, it's similar. Chief executive of.
All
So
right.
you're the CEO of leisure suits.
Chief executive.
Of
Well,
leisure.
where does the CEO come from?
Well, you know, like when they say in a company, oh, you've got to speak to the CEO who's the top of the company. So if you're saying it about music, fashion, or glam, it's somebody that is top of the game of whatever genre.
Well, why don't they just say the boss?
Well, because
It's more posh.
yeah. If I said so, yeah. If I said to you, if you said something to me and I said, God, I'm weak," what would that mean?
Yeah.
I'm weak at that.
You're not very good at it.
No.
You're weak at that.
Somebody sent us a funny text message or something that said, "Oh my God, I'm weak."
You don't know much about it.
No. It means that you find something very funny or outrageous.
Well, I've never heard anything as daft as that.
You're not like that.
No.
No?
Weak.
Yeah. Like I'm weak at the knees. Like I'm weak.
You're
I'm
laughing
falling
that
around
much.
laughing. Yeah.
Yeah, well, why don't you just say I'm falling about laughing?
I don't know. It's not me that says this. Actually, I have said that to somebody before, to be fair.
Aye,
Right. And your last one for this week is if I said that's a bop.
a bop.
A bop. That's a bop.
That's a good one.
Good song. That's a bop.
So you can bop dance with it.
Well, yeah. So you could say that new Harry Styles song is a bop.
All
Love
right.
Adele's new song, it's a bop.
All right.
Yeah? You could say it when you hear my new single.
Well,
She doesn't sound too sure.
well, it depends where it is.
Right, so I've got you some celebrity mom questions.
Right.
Right? So, which famous singer and actress is the daughter of Judy Garland?
I know who it is.
You love her.
I know.
It's
Oh, Liza Minnelli.
There you go. There you
Say
go.
I'm going round the bend.
So am I. What's the name? What's the name of the mother of the singer who won X Factor in 2009? I hope you get this one right.
The name of the mother was Eileen.
There you go. That's my mum, and I should say happy Mother's Day to my mum. Right, now, words of wisdom before we go. Have you got Mother's Day special words of wisdom that you'd like to offer to anybody out there that's a mother, that's caregiving, looking after somebody special?
The words of wisdom for anyone who is a mother is there's no rule book. You just have to do the best you can. But more these days, you get more help. And that's the best thing you can do in your life.
And on that note, we want to wish everybody a very happy Mother's Day. If you're with your mums today, or your caregivers, or those people that look out for you every day in life, happy Mother's Day to them. And for anybody that's finding it a day tough, if you can't be with your mum for whatever reason, we're thinking of you. We're sending you lots of love. And we'll see you next time. And yeah, what we got to say? 1, 2, 3, cheerio now.